I spent the last 30 days playing a bunch of Gamerscore games with some big games in between, that being Exoprimal and Starfield. Now my plan was to get all these games finished before Starfield even came out. Like, you had a bunch of time, but there was a bunch of stuff that came up, like life stuff, work, burnout, Exoprimal, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Starfield. Bunch of stuff coming at me from all sides. I thought it did a good deal of what I was dealt with. Now, some of the games were super annoying. Like, there's a bunch of puzzle games and all that. I did remove games, add games, just because some would break, some would take too long, and all that. But I think I did enough games for this challenge to be worth it. And if I do this again next year, if I collect a bunch of games and a bunch of achievement updates that are going to come out eventually, if we do this again, I'm going to take a week off work so I can just like blast through most of them, because I can just like no life it if I have nothing to do during a whole week. So, and we'll go through this day by day. Some days will be skipped over because sometimes I just played Exoprimal or Starfield, which, man, Starfield really got its hooks in me and took the wins out of this challenge towards the end, but you'll see. And then I played some Texas Chainsaw with some friends. That took some time away, but it's a relief because these games I played mostly are not the best, or I don't know. It's just when you play a bunch of these games back to back to back, you need like some good games to play. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I'll come in here and there. I think I'm gonna do commentary like this, where I'm doing it after the fact, or I was recording myself while playing it, so I could add some commentary here and there from what I was actually playing them, but we'll see. So next up is past me talking about it on August 6th, so we'll see. And hope you enjoyed the video. I think it's finally time to get this done with. Going to go through and finish every single super easy baby game I have left. Some of these I started, some of these I don't. Some of these in here are achievement updates. I might not do all of them in this video. I'm going to try. But there's 54 games in this group alone. And there's some on PC I still have to do. So this challenge is, today is August 6th. And I'm trying to finish everything before September 6th. So a month. And we know Starfield's coming out, and I might get the Constellation edition of Starfield, so that's 5 days early, so I might get that around September 1st, and this is just so annoyingly just trying to wait, because I want to do some other videos. I want to do more videos, reviews, guides, checking out different games, and this is just 54, so it's probably like maybe 60 games, if we're including the Windows PC stuff, that are just sitting here, just waiting to be played and forgotten about. So what we're trying to do is, in a month, get all of this done. Now, I'm not sure if I want to add in the achievement updates, because each Azasoft keeps doing that. And I did some of them, but I don't know if I want to go through those again. We'll see how it is. Like, I'm starting this at 3 p.m. on August 6th, so not too much time left in the day, and I still want to play some other games as well. My next big game I'm working on is Exoprimal. I just got done with Arcade Paradise. You'll probably see a video on that on my channel before this video even comes out. But it's just, I want to do more guides. I got guides in mind. I'm like trying to do that. But I think I'll be more happy, I guess, if this is all off the weight of my shoulders and I can finally get past this. Now, I'm not going to get past this forever. I'm probably going to fall back down this rabbit hole sometime. But I don't know. So we're going to start off this journey with the Windows PC stuff, so we'll come back when I do the other recordings of this voiceover. I might do it after every game, I think so. Or maybe during every game, I'm not sure. But we'll check in with future me when I do that, or current me when I do this after I finish doing this audio. But yeah, let's see how much Gamerscore I can grab and do. So right now, you can see on screen, it's 1.173. So it could be 60, 70, 100,000 Gamerscore here. So I think it's going to be somewhere around 1.2, maybe if I'm lucky, maybe 1.3. But we'll check it out, and I will see you once I'm done. So I don't know how big this is going to be, but Bullet Beat on Windows, on Xbox is like totally screws up, so we'll see how it works on this. There's like 3,000 Gamerscore I can grab right here, and we'll see if the RNG gives it to me. We'll see. Hopefully this audio doesn't suck too much. And we died. I think I gotta get like 8,000 combo. And like with the Xbox version, it just kept crashing, and then you had to do to get it to work, you had to go offline, and then once you got the 8,000 combo, pause your game and then go into the settings and go online and try to keep it going. Hopefully I'll get some good upgrades. There we go. There we go. Oh, nope, died. I have to keep trying. The only bad part about it is it's gonna tank my ratio on true achievements, which I don't want, but I'm gonna have to do it eventually, and then I can focus on more harder games or games that's in my backlog still. But we'll see. Yeah, that's 60-something games off my backlog, so we don't have to worry about it. I didn't hear it pop though. There we go. I heard it pop now. Alright, so Bullet Beat done. 3,000 Gamerscore. That's super easy. Exit to menu. Game level 17. So an easy 2,000, just hitting escape. Hold on. This is another easy run. I just need to figure out which achievements I need. This is another one where you get 3,000 just for doing pretty much nothing. But thankfully this is what it needs. Help Reader 6, Help Reader 4, Help Reader 5. Oh, nope. Didn't want to do that. Power 15 blocks. Help Reader 4. Hold on, I need to reset my app so it catches up. Yeah, I've already did this one on Xbox and it's got the same thing. Help Reader 5. Read the hint on the 7th level. 5 achievements pop right there, so I wonder. I don't know, I'm just checking to see if I need more. Nope, it says we got 5,000, so we can just quit out of here. It only has 1,000 for me to get. I don't think they have been updating this. I think we just need to grab a book. Get some gold, I think. Got some gold. We died. 3,000, so we got, what, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1,000. Going pretty quickly for the first day, but it's gonna slow down Gamerscore wise, but we'll see what happens next. We're just gonna do Castle No Escape 2 because this one's pretty easy. We just gotta do something in the menu and just go back between the rooms and die, I think. I really don't know why these games sell themselves short. I know they're like super small games, and if there wasn't for this Gamerscore, they would not do anything. Yeah, this one's got 2,000 Gamerscore to get, and now keep in mind everything I've shown up to this point is on still on the first day. We're just knocking out all the PC stuff we can, and it's only been an hour since I started talking in the other one. It's like 4 o'clock now. Isn't that kind of crazy? Oh yeah, this is one where doing that unlocks everything, I think. Because I'm looking at my phone and I'm hearing it in the screen. It's a bunch of stuff just unlocked. So, what a great game. Alright, this is done until they do another update because it's only at 4,000. So, I think I'm gonna take a break for now and do some other stuff. And we'll come back and do some other things. We got one, two, three more on PC, and then we're done. So yeah, check back. I'm gonna check back in later. It's just gonna be a normal video for you guys, but I know I said back then we'll do more later after I took the break, but apparently we just played Exoprimal the rest of the day that day, and that bled over into the 7th and 8th. Now, I get to this point where if a game captures me and the achievements are straightforward but time-consuming or just plain easy that require normal play, I get hyper-focused on that one game, and I just want to play that until it's done. And it just kind of like, I throw everything to the wayside. I just get that way sometimes. Like Arcade Paradise before this, and then Starfield right now. I'm pulling myself away from that, but I just can't keep away from it. I want to keep playing that right now, but I gotta get some of this done at least today, and I wanted to get probably do more tomorrow. But yeah, and then sorry if the commentary in the beginning of those games was kind of weak, because those games don't really give you much to go off of. I think once we get into the more other games, and then some games I didn't even bother talking over because it was just becoming a hassle for that, so I'll just do like post commentary. That should be easy. I can just rattle off the cuff there like I'm doing now. But we're gonna jump to August 9th to do one more game, and then we'll keep on rolling. So before I was playing this, I was messing with my OBS settings, trying to get the achievements to pop on screen with the Windows PC stuff, but I screwed up and did this game while capturing the wrong window. So now gameplay of 50 years. This has 3,000 Gamerscore I got, but I only played that game all that time. I played more Exoprimal. Same with the August 10th was just Exoprimal. August 11th we went to Butterfly 2. I'll throw some gameplay in here. Not the same as Butterfly 1 where you just gotta go into the menu. I actually had to play this, but that one's kind of annoying because it's a weird platformer. A platformer that I really don't enjoy. That's why I'm not bothering putting my commentary on there, because I don't think I even talked that much about it. And then we also played more Exoprimal. Like some days it's just like one game because I'm bored, but once we jump to August 12th next, there's like 4 games we can go through, and we'll jump up to more games as time goes on. Today is August 12th and it's at 2 p.m. So did some stuff this morning, went to work, and for right now I'm probably behind because what, 3-4 days I mostly played Exoprimal, which I got most of it done. I just gotta grind out some more dinosaur kills, but today we're probably gonna do a lot but I just don't know what to pick. Because some of the, like, these area games are going to take forever. I might do those. I'm thinking about, like, the Bolotron right now. So I'm just gonna, or Lab Crisis, like that stuff. I did end up choosing Bolotron, and I'm having hard time to say about this. It's like sideways brick breakers with some slight puzzle elements, because you have to hit the ball past the blocks, and you gotta do it with a certain force, certain angle, just to hit it right. And there could be moving blocks or some other obstacles, and it's an easy 3,000 gamer score. It's probably gonna get updated to 5,000 eventually. And I know there's like Bolotron Oceans I can still do, but I haven't bought that yet. Probably won't buy it for a while. Maybe we'll do this again next year. Who knows? But yeah, not much to say about Bolotron here, but next game is going to be the same. Next game was A Year of Springs, but this was a visual novel where you can skip most of the text. You just got to follow a guide to do certain endings, so I can't really say too much about it. But I do have to wonder about visual novels devs and how they feel about multiple of thousands of players on Xbox and PlayStation that just buy the games and don't engage with it at all, and just skip all the text, all the story, and just get the platinum or 1,000 gamer score. Now, am I part of the problem? Yeah, because that's most of the time, if it's a visual novel, that's what I use for it, but I do like those games sometimes. With these next two games, I just decided to do them side by side, because left one is Escape Sequence, right is Synchro Hedgehogs. They're just both puzzle games that have easy gamer score, so that's why I'm doing it here. Nothing really to say about it, but just easy gamer score. So 2 knocked off the list, and now we can jump to August 14th, because August 13th was just more Exoprimal. Okay, so this game, Smart Moves on Windows 10, was the one I was looking forward to the least. With this one, I gotta play through the whole game, and before a bunch of patches, you could use the cheats to just finish the level and do all that. And then if I did that, I would just have to kill and open a bunch of chests. But this time I gotta play through the whole game, make sure to follow the directions pretty closely, because the enemies and the spice can not work correctly, but thankfully there's a good text guide out there instead of very outdated and bad video guides. So I'm just gonna try to get this one done today, if I can, because on Sunday, the 13th, I didn't have any time. I just played Exoprimal. With that, I'm almost done. I just need to grind out the 100,000 kills, but the stats screen on Xbox, for me, it's delayed. It's 15 levels behind, so I just don't know how many I have. Right now it says 30,000, but I can get like 500 to maybe 1,000 in 10 minutes with the Savage Gauntlet stuff, but we'll see. We'll see how long this takes. There's a lot of gamer score to get in Smart Moves for Windows 10 for me. So we're just gonna try it out, and we'll come back if I'm done with it today, or I gotta wait till tomorrow. I'm cutting it close because I don't think I'm gonna have any time on the weekend, except Sunday night, but we'll see. We'll see. So we'll come back once I'm free from this game. Alright, so we're at the last level of this, and this was so frustrating. I'm so annoyed it took this long. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, and I started around like, what, 6:37? Now we just gotta do last chest, and then last achievement. I don't have to do anything about it, unless it gets a bunch of gamer score, 1,000 gamer score again, the PC version, just for killing snakes, but that should auto pop, just like the other ones did right when I killed the first enemy. But it's just very, very annoying. I was so frustrated just because you can't do all of the movements right away because there's some inconsistencies from some reason, even between the Xbox version and the Windows 10 version. It's just like some of the spikes won't work, some of the enemies will have different positions, and you just gotta keep trying and trying. But finally got to have this done, and I'm just so annoyed it took this long. I was getting so frustrated, but we did it. More Gamerscore, and one more thing I don't have to worry about. So with August 16th, I actually did Active Neurons. Now that is a puzzle game, and I think I played that away from my computer, so I didn't capture any footage. So it's just a puzzle game. It was on Xbox One and PS4 before. This is just another re-release of that for Xbox Series X and S. But August 17th, we did Danger Energy, which is a now delisted puzzle game again. And no, that's how the game looks. It's not like messed up recording or YouTube compression. That's how the game actually looks. It's on Series X. That's how it plays. But you can't get that anymore. Sadly, I can't get the Windows 10 version anymore. I did the title update for Flash Command. Now this one's somewhat of an okay game. It's another puzzle platformer. Nothing really more to say. The last game I played for the 17th was Dungeon Escape. Now this one is quite annoying just because the controls are bad. Some of the jumps require such like pixel perfect stuff that it could be a deal breaker for some with certain levels. But I hope they do not add more Gamerscore to this game. I think they won't because it's too old, but I'm pretty sure they won't do that. Hopefully they don't do that. I know they did it for that one puzzle game I had trouble with before, Square Up or something like that. Hat Up. Oh yeah, it's Hat Up. They added more, but those, it's just bad. Just because of controls and the requirement of like pixel perfect jumps in these games are quite of annoying. Skipping ahead to August 18th, I only did one game because me and my friends were playing Overwatch 2 just to check that out. Well, the game I played was Immortus Temporis. Now this is like a puzzle game where you just have to get it past one screen under the time limit. Nothing really to say. It was kind of annoying, but not too bad. With August 19th, we did 3 games, and one of them was very annoying for me. So this game, 890B, it's not like the best game in the world to play, but it's one of those indie games that try to do something, and it's up to you to tell if they succeeded, if what they were doing. The guide I followed had us do the bad ending, so I didn't really pay attention that much. So I can't really gauge the story, and there's like one of these sections of the game where it's like the slowest minigame of all time, and it's super annoying, but it's something different than just walking around talking and picking up objects. So if it looks interesting to you, check it out. I can't really 100% recommend it as a game portion, but for an easy 1000 Gamerscore, I can. Next up was Radivity Lab. Now this is a basic platformer that just gets a bunch of Gamerscore updates. You play as a rat, go solve some platforming puzzles. Sometimes you need jump blocks, sometimes you can flip the screen, sometimes you gotta do some lucky jumps or something like that. Or some things like that. It's not like the best, but you know, what are you gonna do when it's basic indie platform stuff? So the last game I played, and this one was super annoying, it was Absurdity. Now this is like a twin stick shooter, but it's melee focused. You only get the ranged attack towards the end of the game when you play as the other character, but it's very annoying. It's a difficult game, but it's not difficult in the way of when you fail, you know it's on you, but you're fighting the game in this instance. The combat is really weird because when you attack, you get pushed back. Even if you hit the enemies, you get pushed back. There's too many enemies in between save points or checkpoints, and you don't even get any upgrades. The currency is you buy it to get your health back, but if you die, you get all your health back anyways, so it's better off just waiting to use that or die if you know you got a progressing checkpoint. There's just too many enemies, and the controls are just not there for what this game is trying to do. I think it's the developer's second game, so I'm not 100% sure if it's like they're improving or not because I didn't play their first one, but I wouldn't recommend this one. Stay away, even though it's got 2,000 or 3,000 Gamerscore, just stay away from it. It's not good. So these 3 games are a bunch of puzzle games, you can say, and this is where the point of one of the parts I was getting burnt out at, just because it's puzzle games. Blind Postman, it's a puzzle game where it's mostly behind the back, static camera style, and it's one of those games where you just follow a guide, you get your Gamerscore. You do have to do some guides. You do have to do some of those levels pretty fast, but like the time limit speedrun stuff. But it's not too bad. Play it for Gamerscore. Don't really play it for puzzle games. Same with Lab Crisis. This one's another one where it's super basic, super easy to just get the Gamerscore. Game with no challenge. Maybe in the super later levels, but the game doesn't really have you play that much. So just don't buy this if you're looking for a puzzle game to play. Last game, it's another puzzle game, but it's sort of like it's got like some overworld stuff to do. It's Sacco Bunny, and it's got 5,000 Gamerscore, 100 achievements. It's just like 45 hours, and it's okay, I guess. Like you can choose the puzzle stuff. If you get the double jump upgrade, you don't really have to worry about which order you put the boxes in. There's like some stuff you have to do, but not really. And this is just the point where I was getting really burnt out on everything. And I did remove one game from the list. That is Nexoria. This is like only a like 2,000 Gamerscore update game I had left, but I was reading reports of it crashing, so I wasn't gonna try and deal with that during this. So I removed that, and we added some other games in, which you'll see in a bit. I would say this next game, Whiskey Mafia Leo's Family, is like a visual novel with some slight puzzle elements and some dialogue options. And this one has like a sister game. I think it's not Leo, but the other dude that we play in this, that we see in the game. It's pretty easy Gamerscore wise. It's fine. It's Chili Dog Interactive, so I'm surprised there's no cheats on it to make it super easy, but games are super easy already. If you probably played this one before if you're into Gamerscore or in trophy hunting. Nothing really to say about this one. Next up is a horror game. It's Frightenance. I don't even think that's a word. This one's pretty okay. First person horror game. Nothing really scary about it. There's some slight jump scares. Some stories that don't really make sense. And you can't really tell what's happening. You might get lost if you don't follow a guide, but I did, so got this done in like 30 minutes or something like that. But this one I would recommend if you're into horror games like that. Check it out. And this last one we played was a visual novel again, but this one seems like it's got like one of the best ones we've played so far. The Letter, or horror visual novel. It's got some great art styles. It does have some QTEs that are insane to do, like this tapping one I'm showing off right now. You have to like get all the way up to that bar to win. Timed. It's just super. The QTE is just so unforgiving sometimes, but at least you only have to beat it like 2 QTEs in the whole game, if I'm remembering correctly. But this one I recommend if you're into visual novels and you want to play a horror game. Yeah, easy 1,000, like all these games. I don't know how many times I can say that, but it's what it is. This one's got like a couple, like 40 achievements, maybe 35 or something like that. August 22nd to the 25th, we're just going to blast through this right here, because on the 22nd, I played a bunch of little games like this. This first one, Rabio. It's one of those games I forgot I had in my collection. It's 3,000 Gamerscore for platformer. That's somewhat frustrating, but once you know what you're doing and know how to grab the collectibles in the right order, it's fine. Next up is Lucid Cycle. This is a walking simulator that's like a drug trip. Not much to say about it. It's just kind of weird, and I wouldn't recommend it, even though I like walking simulators. It's just pretty bad. This next one, Promesia, it's another walking simulator, but this one you don't play it as the same as everybody else. Some levels are going to be in different orders than you, but it does have a level select. Got some time-based achievements, and I guess what they're going for was like storytelling stuff, but I wouldn't recommend this one. And August 23rd, we got Drizzle Path. It's another walking simulator. This time, there's options to even have it auto walk yourself and auto run. You just gotta go into the right direction, and the character talks about weird stuff. I don't know. No, nothing really interesting about these games. And then for the August 24th and 25th, it was just more exo grinding. I still haven't done that. I still need to do more, but Starfield has consumed my life. August 26th was a very productive day. I did 6 games. This first one, like no other, A Tale of Two Books, is one I would really recommend because it's a point-and-click adventure. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It's pretty short. It's got good art style. The puzzles are decent. Nothing too obtuse and obscure that you would need a guide for. It's pretty cheap too, only like a couple bucks. I think it's out on everything, that's just not on Xbox, but highly recommend this one. It's probably the best one I've played. We are coming up towards the early access date for Starfield, and that's where we're gonna slow down, but we got some more stuff to go up to. And next up was something I want you to keep in mind when we go forward, because I didn't capture any footage of the Airy games. I should have, but Life of Fly and Life of Fly 2 are the same game, pretty much the same game as the Airy stuff and the Murder Diary games, where you're just going around as a bird, fly, or ball of light collecting things while a story plays out when you keep grabbing stuff. Now, at first, like when they did like the first Airy game, it was fine, the first couple, but I think there's like 20 if you count all of these together, or maybe more. But man, it's not good that much anymore. It's just, so when I talk about the Airy stuff, just picture this, but you're a bird. And some of the areas in that game, the contrast of the levels are so messed up. And you can see it here, like it's Life of Fly stuff. Like the whites are way too bright, and the collectibles are white also, so it's hard to see. But at least with Life of Fly and Murder Diaries, most of the levels were in contained spaces, not like open world like Airy stuff was. So these are supposed to be like Zen type games, but it's really not when you can't really see collectibles, what you're supposed to grab. I wouldn't recommend these games at all. I'm glad I've done them, and I should have done them when they had the cheats in there where you can just level skip. I was saving it for something and we failed, because like back in my old video about save achievements, I was saving it for something like that. Couldn't do it. Life of Fly 2 was there, and you can probably see it's the same game pretty much, and they reuse assets a lot. Now, that's not inherently a bad thing, but when the levels from Life of Fly and Murder Diaries are the same thing, it's kind of obvious. At least you know what the levels look like at the end. Next up is League of Enthusiastic Losers. Now, this is like a visual novel set in Russia, where 2 friends, brothers, boyfriend, are getting kicked out of their house. It's something I wasn't really paying attention to, because I was following a guide, and it should be okay, I guess, if you like these types of games, but I don't say about it. Next up is Limb Hunter. Now, this is another one of those games that could be good if you like these types of games. It's just very annoying to me with platforming stuff. If it's not made by Nintendo or it's really high quality stuff, I just don't like it. Side-scrolling platformer shooter with a bunch of Gamerscore, like 4,000 I think. Kind of annoying, but you can choose one boss if you just go out behind them and shoot, and you just gotta dodge and one jump. Can't recommend it. This one, it's a super weird one. This is like a visual novel, which mini games are kind of annoying. Self, Where Is My Father? Now, this is a game where you're a kid that's looking for their father, but nobody else knows he's missing, so it's sort of like a religious type, because father, like Jesus, God, and all that stuff. I think that's what it's going for. It could be interesting if you're into this type of game, but it's got multiple endings. You gotta make some choices. It's something unique, and I give it credit for that, but it's not like the best game. But next, we can do some more games and more the area stuff, and then we're gonna get cutting it close to Starfield time. So August 27th, we did 3 games, not the best, but after 26th, we burnt out. But we played Death Park. This is the developer's first game. It's a horror game, first-person horror game, where you have a stalker enemy, a clown, that you go around getting collectibles, trying to solve some puzzles, trying to stay away from the clown and get to the end of the game and escape. It's not like the greatest game, but I gotta give them credit. They made a game. They made what they wanted to make, and they could get better at it as time goes on. You can follow a guide for this one. Not the best game, but I liked it for what it was. For this next game, I want to stop on the splash screen, and I want you to guess what type of game it is, just by the key art. Now, you would assume it's another first-person horror game, but once you see the gameplay, you find out you're wrong, and I was actually kind of disappointed in that. I thought it would be a nice little lame horror game that's mindless. But no, it's another Chili Dog interactive game, so you can enter a cheat where you can become invincible and go through and beat the game without getting hit. It's got some picking mini games. You kill some clowns, you kill some bosses that are kind of annoying, and it's not really the greatest. Just throwaway game pretty much, since it's got cheats. You don't have to really try it or anything. The last game, it's Paper Flight, which is again one of those airy games. Is just your paper airplane popping balloons. So this one's more annoying, so I wouldn't recommend even those ones, because you gotta grab some balls of light to get some boost, and then you gotta boost through the paper airplanes to destroy them. I don't like those games, and I'm glad I've got most of them done. I think I've done everything I own, and I'm probably not going to buy any more, even though it's easy Gamerscore. So this is the time where Starfield was just about to come out, a couple days in, but I didn't capture any footage for 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st, just because I was playing away from my PC, and there's just all the Ares stuff in the Murder Diaries game. So if you remember what Life will Fly and Paper Flight looks like, that's pretty much what it was. And then once Starfield came out, that was mostly what I was playing, but I did take a break in between Starfield to do September 2nd, which was From Heaven to Earth, which is another game like Ares, but it's a first-person puzzle game where you jump around and do stuff. September 3rd was A Day Without Me. Now this is like a unique little puzzle game where it sells itself short with being such easy Gamerscore and you don't have to beat the whole game. I think they should have had you play throughout the whole game just to experience everything. We did Phantom Batula. Now this one I recommend, because this is like an absurdist, need a guide type of game where it's just weird. You go around collecting blood for something, and then each time there's like different blood types and stuff you can do that gets some different endings, and the last ending is pretty cool. Then we did a game that shouldn't... I feel bad putting it in here because it's made well and it's not intentionally made for easy Gamerscore like some of these other ones, but that's Teacup. It's a cute little game about a frog trying to get some tea. You gotta talk to a bunch of like characters, do some tasks for them to get your more recipes, and you go to your grandma's house to get the last one. I would recommend that one if it's on sale. And this last one for the September 3rd, Cosmic Top Secret. Now this one is a really weird game. It's like a documentary type game where it's crazy looking. It's got some crazy art style. It's like, you would think it's like a joke game, but it's got a really unique style to it. It's about the developers' parents being spies in the Cold War and their friends around that. And it's really cool. It's got some real footage. Got really unique ideas, I think. But the controls are kind of wonky, kind of expensive if you're going out on a limb on a game that looks crazy like this. Like it's like $10. It's not too bad, but it can be a little tricky if you don't know what you're going into with that. And I would recommend this one because it's something really unique, and you can tell the developer had a clear vision for this and they succeeded. Even though I don't like the controls and some of the stuff is kind of obtuse. But if you want to like learn some stuff, do some puzzles, trying to figure stuff out for yourself, check this one out. And then September 4th is the last game I've done for this challenge, which is Mythic Ocean. And this is like a visual novel type walking around sim, or swimming around sim, really. You're talking to different types of fishes, people, just to figure out fables for them and all this other jazz, which could be nice, but I think in my mindset I was just ready to give up, and that's what I did pretty much. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And for September 5th and 6th, I was officially burnt out. I just wanted to keep playing Starfield. Now, could I have pushed myself to play more of these games? I think so, but I really wanted to play Starfield. It's one of those games where I am personally glad to be like genuinely excited for a game like that, because I notice myself sometimes when a big AAA game comes out, I'm sort of like an always online kind of person sometimes, and it's easy to get sucked up into everybody's hype and kind of being it's a FOMO thing, and sort of like being gaslit into thinking, oh, I really need to play this game. But for me, I really enjoy Bethesda RPGs, Oblivion, Skyrim. Now, may I say that I've barely played any Fallout, but I've played a bunch of Oblivion and Skyrim. I really like those games. Maybe sometime I'll get into Fallout. I just need the time and the willpower to do that. But I'm really enjoying Starfield. I really like it. I can't put it down. I'm always thinking about it until I beat it. But man, I think we did a good job with this. We'll do some thoughts on it. Going from, 50 to 60 games just on this list alone, to down to only 14. I think I did a pretty good job. Now, some of these were skipped because they're too long. I was just getting burnt out on puzzle stuff like the Active Neurons stuff. I started Active Neurons 2, got pretty far, almost halfway, and then stopped. And some of these are multiple hours long, and I don't know. I should have done more early on. I should have just kept going and going. But there's too much burnout potential when going for Gamerscore, and you're not playing games you actually enjoy. With this 30-day challenge, with varying degrees of having time between work, babysitting, and some other things I need to do, I have completed 51 games, and I've gotten almost 85,000 game score. The exact total is 84,965. Now, is that a lot? No, because before I did 100,000, but that was I was actually trying for that.
Thank you so
and
much.
I didn't have a game I was so involved with. And should I have done more? Yeah, could have gotten. I should have pushed myself early on in this challenge, but there's too much. I don't know. I was just burnt out, and some of these games take multiple hours, and you don't really want to be just watching a guide for multiple hours on end in a game that you don't really like. Now, doing these challenges, half of me likes it, half of me doesn't. The half of me that likes it is the lizard brain stuff, where you see the big number go up and the backlog number go down. But what I don't like about it is I tank my TA ratio, and I was working on that to get it up this year. It was like 1.5, and that's what the whole achievement cleanup detail thing shifted towards after I got the million. And we're still going to continue that, and I want to do that after Starfield. I can do this again next year. I'm not sure all these 14 games will be actually there at the time of next year's Gamerscore Purge, and I'm going to have to buy more. And what I like about this with the backlog stuff, we went from, this year I started with a total of backlog of over 800, but now it's just a little under 600 for the digital side. There's still 75 to 50 for physical stuff, but I'm really glad that we get this down. And with Game Pass stuff, it kind of gets in the way, and Starfield, but I'm really happy with this. I like it. If we do this, when I do this next year, I'm going to plan out and to actually take off a full week of work just so I could mess around with that, just like no life it pretty much for a whole week. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comments, and subscribe. If you want to check out these games, just ask me which game it is if you're not sure. And here's for more Gamerscore and more videos from me.